Ever feel like you're drowning in a sea of faces, just another voice lost in the noise?
Uh-huh.
Today, we're diving into Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power to help you flip that script.
Well, I'm ready for that.
Specifically, we're tackling Law 6, court attention at all costs. You're interested in Greene, so get ready for some seriously potent strategies on standing out, especially in a world that often seems obsessed with fitting in.
And what's fascinating is how upfront Green is. Visibility equals power. When you're hidden, you're forgotten. Your ideas, your work, even your presence just fades away.
It's that old saying, out of sight, out of mind. But how much does this really hold true in your own life?
Hmm. It's interesting.
Is this just cynicism, or is Greene onto something here?
Well, I think there's a lot of truth to it. It's a bit like this. Imagine a crowded room at a networking event. You might have the most brilliant ideas, but if you're huddled in a corner, too afraid to speak up, no one will ever know. Green would argue that you owe it to yourself and to your work to be seen and heard.
Okay, that makes sense. But there's a difference between confidently sharing your ideas and, becoming that person who's constantly vying for the spotlight. How do we apply this court attention principle without becoming, well, obnoxious?
That's where the art of crafting your persona comes in. And this isn't about being fake. Think of it as strategically highlighting what makes you, you. What are your unique strengths? What perspective do you bring to the table that no one else can?
Like P.T. Barnum, the Circus King, he wasn't just putting on a show, he was crafting an experience, a persona that people couldn't forget. Or Salvador Dali with that mustache instantly recognizable.
Exactly. They were masters of self-promotion, but they were also brilliant at what they did. They understood that to share that brilliance, they needed to capture attention first. What's your mustache, so to speak? What's the one thing people instantly associate with you? Or could, if you amplified it?
That's a good question. I'm still working on that one.
It takes time.
Greene also dives into the power of provocation. He's not saying you need to become an instigator, but he does argue that a little controversy, wielded carefully, can be incredibly powerful.
It's about sparking debate, challenging the status quo, and standing out from the crowd by taking a bold stance. Look at figures like Elon Musk, love him or hate him. His ventures spark conversation and put him in the spotlight constantly.
Right, but there's a thin line between sparking intrigue and becoming infamous for the wrong reasons.
Absolutely. Look at what happened when insert a relevant recent event or figure that sparked controversy happened. They courted attention, but it backfired.
Yeah.
That's the cautionary tale. You need to be strategic and thoughtful about the kind of attention you're seeking.
Good point. Now, I love a good air of mystery, and Greene talks about that too. The most captivating people and brands often hold back a little, leaving you wanting more.
Think of it like a perfectly crafted movie trailer. It gives you glimpses, hints at the bigger picture, but it doesn't reveal everything. It's about piquing curiosity without resorting to clickbait.
So how do we cultivate that what's next factor without being misleading? Is it even possible to be authentic while still holding something back?
It's not about deception. It's about letting your work, your ideas, your actions speak for themselves while still maintaining an air of intrigue. Don't feel the need to over-explain. Let people connect the dots themselves.
I like that. Greene is crystal clear on this. Blend in and be forgotten is the opposite of what he's advocating. But this doesn't mean we all need to make some drastic overnight transformation.
Exactly. Start small. What are you passionate about? What makes you unique? Maybe it's your knowledge of a niche topic or a unique skill you possess. Identify it, hone it, and then find ways to share it with the world.
It seems like Greene's ideas, while written before the rise of social media, apply even more today. Online presence is everything.
Absolutely. In the digital age, you are your own PR team. You control the narrative. It's about being strategic with what you share, how you engage, and how you use these platforms to amplify your voice.
This deep dive has me thinking. Maybe courting attention isn't about being the loudest voice in the room, but about strategically choosing when and how to step into the light. What do you think? How about you listening? Does this resonate?
I think that's a powerful takeaway. It's about recognizing that attention is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad. It's up to each of us to choose how we wield it.
Now that's something to ponder. How will you apply these principles in your own life? Let us know, and until next time, keep those deep dives going.